And here we are, man. It's another week. It's the Hot Box Podcast. DJ E-Rock in the building. And because of technology, we are very blessed to finally have Box Kev. Oh, I mean, I guess you're in the building. You know what I mean? So
wait, hold on. the last time that you and I talked, we were on Zoom. No. We were, but you was talking about this health scare and your fucking diabetes spiking, and you got a fucking Slurpee sitting next to you right now.
Bro, it's 113 degrees out right now, and it's
water.
It's National Slurpee Day. And I was like, you know what? Right. You know what though? I didn't finish it. You know, I just had I filled it halfway.
I didn't finish it.
I filled it halfway. You know what I'm saying?
You're like the guy that goes to McDonald's, gets a supersized meal with a Diet Coke.
Yep, that's me. That is me right now, man. I'm living life a little bit, you know? But no, it's National Slurpee Day, so you can go in and get a free Slurpee. You know what I mean? I haven't had one in a long time. But I'll tell you, this is actually probably this shit will kill you. Like, it is
no shit.
Very, very addictive. Like, I can't stop drinking it. But you know what? Since you brought it up, I'm going to put it right here, and I'm not going to touch it ever again. Not even for the rest of the episode. Not at all.
Bro, on God, I cannot even tell you the last time I had a Slurpee. I can't even remember.
That's my first one in probably 12 years.
When I was in sixth grade, there was I went to Westboro in South City, and there was a 7-Eleven right there. And after school, we would go up there, and I would get the cherry Coke. You know, you mix the cherry with the Coke and made cherry Coke.
Yes. Fire. Yeah, I'll tell you right now.
That's probably the last time I had it.
I was so pissed off when I went in to get the Slurpee. Mind you, I have not had one in about 12 years or so. They didn't have cherry. I had to settle for mango lemonade, which is still good, but it's not cherry.
Vegas fucking up. Vegas always fucking up something. God damn that. Can we get regular shit?
I'd rather Vegas fuck up my Slurpee than my life. So, I'll take that any day, man. How you been? Everything all good over there? What's going on?
Beautiful, man. Everything is beautiful. I wish I could be in studio right now, but I'm fucking
Me too.
I'm juggling so much shit going on at my house. I'm dealing with some contracting stuff, and I got some workers here, and
what kind of workers?
I'm pretty much Bob the Builder. I got landscapers. Today is landscaping.
Hey, we're in Vegas, man. You got to be clear about that, man.
Yeah, I got workers. I wish it was the other guy.
Oh man, but we got a special guest on the episode. I'm a big fan of him. Obviously, he's your boy. When I brought it to the table, we got to have BONTA Hill on the show. You're like, yo, that's my dog. I can text him right now.
Got it.
And we're here.
Got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, BONTA Hill, 95.7 The Game. He is on the show with us today. What's going on, my brother? How are you, man? Big fan, by the way, man. I love your show.
Hell, I'm a big fan of that 7-Eleven Slurpee you just was sucking down your throat, man. I had one of those in a minute.
Don't do it.
Don't tell me that, man.
Don't do it.
Around the crib.
They're free.
Don't do it.
Man. I'm not going to do that, man. That's like drinking diabetes, dog.
It is.
I had half.
Let's not sell this man short right here. So he's the anchor of the morning roast every morning on 95.7 The Game. Everybody probably most recognizably does pre and post game for the Warriors. He's been cutting his teeth in the radio and in the sports business for many, many years. And first and foremost, brother, on this show, we like to give people their flowers, and got to give you yours, man. I know about your story. I know about the grind and how you started and to get where you're at. And, us and me and E-Rock both kind of came up through the same circle in Bay Area radio. We know how hard it is. I know it's even harder in sports radio. So to be able to get where you're at and to be able to do everything you've done, salute, man. Seriously, couldn't be prouder and happier for you, man. You deserve it all and then some.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. That's it's pretty dope to say. And yeah, it's been a grind. It's fun though. We all do this because we all love it. You guys know it. Being from the Bay and working the radio sound, the hip hop station, 106 KMEL, and here in the Bay Area, you guys know what the grind is, starting with the street team or promotional and intern, night shifts and graveyards.
Yeah, I watched that van a couple times, man, so I know what it's like.
Man,
all the time.
I've seen some things, watching that van. So
hey, man, watching the van, taking a selfie in front of the van, doing all the stuff, thinking you made it, man. And it's been a hell of a ride, man. But Box Kev, we go back, and DJ E-Rock, man, been a fan for a long time. So This is Bay Area royalty right now, man. I'm in the presence of greatness right now.
Get out of here.
Come on. Right now, man.
We in the presence of you, my man. So, you know.
For real. But nah, man, let's jump into it. Obviously, first and foremost, I mean, I'm still kind of riding the high from the Warriors championship. Obviously, you had fucking front row seats to the whole thing from, from beginning the preseason all the way to the end, being a part of the parade and everything. Like, just like, what's your kind of like takeaway from this season? Obviously, we achieved the holy grail of getting, to the top of the mountain and getting that trophy. But just like, what's your overall just kind of thoughts on the season?
Man, it was a long season, right? But it felt like it went quick because started in LA against the Lakers, right? Go down to Staples Center or Crypto.com Arena now, whatever the hell it's called. And, they go fall behind the Lakers. They end up pulling that out, right? It's Steph and then they play the Clippers and Steph drops a 40 burger and they're 2-0. And then so you blink and they're 18-2 and it's like, oh, this could be special. And then they hit this rut, Klay Thompson comes back, Draymond gets hurt, Jordan Poole goes to the bench. People are saying, hey, bench Klay, start Poole, and you get into all these different roller coasters, not to mention James Wiseman, who doesn't play a second in the regular season or the playoffs. You're thinking, like, how are they going to do this with just Looney as your big? This season was unbelievable, man, to see them go through the ups and downs in the regular season, turn it on towards the last 5 games of the season, going into the playoffs on a winning streak. You get Steph back. And they caught every break in the playoffs. Now, they earned these breaks, right? You get 5 days off going into the first round. You get another few days off before Memphis. You get some rest before the Mavericks. And I got to say, boss Kev E-Rock, like, this was probably the most gratifying championship out of all 4. Like, 2015 was fun. It was like, wow,
right.
Damn, we're champs. But we really didn't know how to act. It was kind of like, the Warriors are champs?
Right.
This is a franchise that had one playoff appearance from 95 to 2012. It's like, wait a minute. They don't even know how to pop champagne.
No, not at all. We didn't even know how to win for a long time.
They're struggling with the cork. And then, 2016 was special. And then they lose game 7, right? They lose game 7 in Cleveland. You get the Durant years. But the Durant years, you basically ignored the regular season because you knew where they were going. Conference finals, championship or bust. This year, you really had no idea. You had no idea Looney would play every single game. You had no idea Andrew Wiggins would become a monster on the glass and as a two-way player, locking down Jason Tatum and pressuring Luka Doncic 94 feet, Steph being Steph, Klay working himself back after missing 941 days. This season was crazy, man. And to see him do it at a parquet floor in the 75th anniversary season with all those banners, those Boston fans were so shook like Game 6. It was like, oh, they're done.
Amazing.
It was beautiful.
This one was special, man. This was one of the most fun seasons I've had the chance to cover, just even as a fan. Like, think about the Niners runs. We're all young. The last time the Niners won a championship, man, we were barely born through puberty. You know what I'm saying? Right. We're just starting to say, oh, girls don't have cooties. You know what I mean? The Giants, they get their 3 championships, and that was cool as hell, man, 2010, 2012, 2014. This one, though, is going to stand alone, man, for a long time, just to see Steph, Klay, and Dre win their 4th. Andre Iguodala win their 4th. Win his 4th, I should say. Looney winning his 3rd. Kerr finally getting his flowers, or I guess if you don't go on Twitter, he may get his flowers. Who knows? Who knows what the Twitterheads are thinking right now? And then Bob Myers constructed his team. It was just beginning to end, and it ends in a parade. You're like, damn, it's a parade down market. Like, what? I expect they contended. I expect them to be maybe top 4 in the West, right? Get to the conference finals. That's a cherry on top. Cool, you improve on that. To win the whole damn thing, wow! I'm still a bit stunned.
Yeah, and we talked about it like on the last podcast, just like the emotion that like we felt from that championship. It was just different. You know what I mean? Like you said, like that first one was just like we didn't know how to act. Those the ones with Durant, you expected them. Like it was just like it was a given. But this one, like to see that and obviously to see these last 2 seasons, like what the Warriors have went through. To see the turmoil, to see like Klay dealing with the injuries, Steph dealing with the injuries, the D'Angelo Russell experiment, you know what I mean? And then Wiggins coming in, and just to see it all kind of pay off, it was just like, wow, like it was not, you understand why Steph got so emotional in that moment. You know what I mean? It was like, dude, like nobody like thought the Warriors were going to get back to this spot, especially as quick as they did it. Like to have 2 off years, but basically because of injury, you know what I mean? A roster essentially has, some, you would say like a majority of turnover. It was the influx of the new guys. You know what I mean? Obviously KD was gone. Wiggins was then inserted. Looney was now your big and at the number 5. And like you said, to him to play like all 82 games and then, man, Iron Man season for him, like it was just so dope, man. Like I couldn't even put it into words watching it. I was just like, I felt that emotion that Steph did. I was like, shit, I wanted to cry in that moment, man.
I think I actually did cry. I cried a little bit, man. For real, like, man. Number 4, definitely, and they're still in the hunt. Like, number 4 was definitely special, and just like you guys said, echoing everything that you guys are saying, it's just like, like, no one thought that they would ever get this far at all, especially considering seeing like what the last 2 seasons, how bunk it was. You know what I mean? So,
man,
people were saying that they were over.
Like, what else can they say? As Steph said in the locker room, what else can they say? Yeah. You talk about those emotions. Now, I was working. I wanted to cry on the inside. I see Bob Myers walk up on the parquet floor with no shoes and socks on.
I was so gangster, though.
And I'm just like, damn, they feeling it right now. Joey Lightning was looking like, how many rings does Eddie D have? Oh, 5? Oh, okay. Like, you can tell they want more. And to see Steph show that emotion in Game 4 and what was one of the more iconic finals games we've ever seen, right? I mean, seeing Steph show that emotion at the end of the first quarter and then drop a 40-burger, a must-win game, to put them in that category with the Jordans and LeBrons and Duncans and the Magics and the Birds. I mean, wow, just to win that championship. And I remember during the pandemic where you're searching for topics, right? There's no sports going on. How many top 10 lists do we do? How many, who's the next big area team to win a championship? The Warriors were probably the last team on that list. It was like Niners.
Very true.
Okay, Farhan Zaidi with the Giants is going to fix it. And then maybe the Warriors, but it's going to be really tough. They have to trade Wiggins, get more assets. They're going to have to trade picks. And no. They stuck to the course. They got young thoroughbreds in the stable now with Kuminga, Wiseman, and Moses Moody, who I know Box Kev saw the other night. Wiseman looking good. And then you still have Dante DiVincenzo, a sneaky, low-risk, high-reward move, a guy who's won championships in Milwaukee and at Villanova, under the bright lights at Villanova under Jay Wright. And then you still got the top 6 guys back. I mean, life is beautiful for the Golden State Warriors right now. So to win that championship and to see KD now say, I want out of Brooklyn. Kyrie, I want out of Brooklyn. Like the league is in shambles again.
Damn, the Warriors got everybody shook again, bro. Again. Everybody is running from the Warriors and trying to chase the Warriors again. But yeah, man, it's just fucking crazy, to be honest with you. It's just like, man, like these guys, for these guys to just still have like that continuity and you just don't see teams stay together like this, at least the core, you know what I mean? Like
they know.
See Steph,
they know what they have.
Play. They've been together, 12 years now? Like that's fucking unheard of, man. That's not, they've won 33% of their playing time has ended with a championship. Like that's crazy, man.
Think about this though. Steve Kerr's never lost a Western Conference series as head coach of the Golden State Warriors. He's been there since 2014-15. He's never lost a series in the Western Conference ever.
That's true.
That's crazy, right? As a head coach of the Golden State Warriors, Dre, Clay, Steph have the most series or most wins in finals history, surpassing Duncan, Ginobili, Parker. Like all these finals lists, all these playoff lists, the Golden State Warriors, when we all played 2K, double dribble, whatever, get NBA Live 95, you couldn't even simulate the Warriors with a championship. And you can put number 99, who was AKA Michael Jordan, on the roster. You were still losing.
Still not happening, for sure.
And now they're on all these different lists for all these records in NBA history. So it was great. And for to say like, the San Francisco parade was dope. It was fun. And to see the Bay Area show out like that in San Francisco and put on a great show at the parade, it was really, really fun to see that, man.
And fucking Draymond said it was the best one yet, which was crazy to hear. And I know all the people that are still diehard Oracle fans really hated to hear that one. But it's man, the city could turn up too.
Hey, we can turn up, man. That's underrated. I know it's a different city, but we can turn up, man. And Chase Center was rocking this year. This whole thing about, it's going to be like Levi Stadium. Well, no, the Niners moved to Santa Clara. We all partied in the Bay. Wasn't nobody saying, yo, let's go party in Santa Clara tonight. It was either you going to San Jose, hell, you even go to Burlingame. You got a couple clubs in Burlingame for that strip of Burlingame F. I know Boss Kev know what I'm talking about.
Oh, definitely. Blush.
Oh my God.
Left at Albuquerque's. Come on, man.
Hey, Blush was a vibe though. I used to love going to Blush though. That was amazing.
I got roofied at Blush. I'll never go back.
Oh my God.
Story for another time.
Oh, I want to hear about that. But no, man. Yeah. Look, the Bay represented, man. The Warriors have always been a Bay's team. That's what I love. Even going to Oracle, fans were leaving early at the end of those games. People act like the last 5 years at Oracle was like the diehard blue collar. No, those are the techies too, because the Warriors they start pricing cats out. And so you started to see some of the hardcore fans, and you see a mixture of cats from San Jose, Oakland, Richmond, Frisco, Filipino, white, black. The Warriors are the Bay's team, and that's what's so special about it. So, yeah, they showed out on Market Street, man. It was dope. It was dope to see that end, and who knows where this is going, man. They may have another.
They want more. I ran into. Go ahead, Box Kev.
No, go ahead. You're gonna talk.
No,
about
I ran into Draymond actually yesterday at here in Vegas. You know, he was definitely celebrating that win. Like, you know,
Draymond likes to party.
Hey, Draymond likes to party.
He's on tour right now.
He's definitely on the tour right now. You know, but the first thing I said, I haven't seen him in a long time. He used to frequent a lot of the clubs that I used to play at in the Bay, you know, Infusion Lounge, Harlot, Temple, like all them spots. And then I moved to LA for like 6 years. So it was like, first thing I said, I was like, we went from like literally turning up, and then I moved and we went through a pandemic, and here we are again, like full circle. First thing he says, like, I want more. We're not done yet. First thing he says to me, and I haven't seen him like face to face in maybe about a good, maybe 4 or 5 years. It's crazy, man. But they definitely want more. So
yeah, and Clay posted the video. I don't know if you've seen it yet, Bonta. Clay posted went on his IG live again today. He was in the gym. He was doing the countdown. He's like, not 4. He's like, I want 5.
They're going after it. They're still going after it.
They're hungry.
Well, that's actually like a perfect transition, because I wanted to talk to you, and obviously, like, I've heard you and Shasty talk about your thoughts on the offseason thus far. Obviously, the offseason is nowhere near complete. As you mentioned, I think it was this morning. Like, a big part of the offseason is this whole Kevin Durant. Where is he going to land? And that domino needs to fall. But there was a lot of Twitter GMs online talking about that the Warriors messed up, and obviously it hurts. You can't keep everybody. We know that. It hurts to see JTA. Obviously it hurts to see GP. Damian Lee, maybe it hurt a little bit, but you know what I mean? But what are your thoughts on what the Warriors have done, and the belief in this youth movement that they have, and that like, we drafted these guys, they got to play, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, even last year, right? People were saying you need to trade these young assets for Bradley Beal or Ben Simmons or Miles Turner. You need a veteran. You need another star. And a lot of people, even Draymond Green mentioned, I don't know if we can win while trying to win and developing talent at the same time. Nobody's ever done that in NBA history. Like, I know the Celtics in the mid-'80s tried it, but Len Bias died after draft day. He was smoking coke, smoking crack, you know what I'm saying, and passed away. So it's sad, you know what I'm saying? Len Bias was a beast from all the footage and the way everybody talks about him. And then Reggie Lewis ends up dying, and then they couldn't extend Bird and McHale and Parrish into the 90s. So already people say they couldn't do it. Well, they did it. And now people are back talking about, well, you let GP2 go. This is Steph's prime. You're not doing anything to protect Steph, yada, 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 yada. I think people just find things to complain about. Look, we all love Young Love. Gary Payton II was a revelation. But also, those same people who are crying about Gary Payton II were crying about Avery Bradley being cut. So I can't take you seriously when you're like, oh, Avery Bradley, Draymond and Steph, they said keep Avery Bradley. What is Bob Myers doing? He should be fired. Steve Kerr, he's outdated. He doesn't emotional, all this crap. So, look, you're going to lose players, like you said, Box Kev. You're a championship team. Other teams are going to pluck from that championship team. They want to capture that magic that GP2 delivered for the Golden State Warriors. But let's not forget, he didn't play in the Western Conference Finals. The Warriors smoked the Mavericks in 5 games. He really didn't play in the Memphis series and outlasted Memphis in 6 games. And not 6 games, remember, no Gary Payton II, no Otto Porter Jr., all right?
Yep.
So they won that game basically going 7 deep, and they stole that series. So Look, Dante DiVincenzo, I think, can replace Gary Payton II. Maybe not the defense and the impact there, but shot making, playmaking ability, I think that's there. He's athletic as hell, just like GP2. They'll be fine there. And the young guys, as you mentioned, Boss Kev, they have to play. And I believe they're going to take a step. Like you mentioned, Damian Lee. Well, couldn't Moody or Quindary Weatherspoon replace Damian Lee? Jonathan Kuminga, can he do some of the things that Otto Porter Jr. can do and more? He's an athletic freak. And then you got the vertical spacing with James Wiseman. So I think the offseason's just been fine. We're waiting on Kevin Durant to see what happens there. And then you're going to get a couple more ring chasers that say, damn, they looking good in Golden State. Let me go ahead and take that veteran minimum, go out to the Bay and play for a year in front of that fan base and try to get another ring with Steph Curry and company. The Warriors are fine, man. This offseason has been going to plan. And I asked this to both of you guys, and I asked this on Twitter last week. Who in the West is better right now? Who in the West is better right now? Despite the Warriors losing all those assets, who's better in the West? Maybe the Clippers.
Nobody. Maybe the West, nah.
West, nobody.
So. The Clippers, maybe. I mean, but we haven't seen John Wall do anything in how many years? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what we're going to get from him. So that Kawhi, he's been injured 3 of the last 5 years. Like, we don't know what we're going to get from him. They got a lot has to fall right for them to be. Don't get me wrong. If all healthy, they'll be in contention. They'll be probably one of the final 4 teams or top 4 seed in the West. But yeah, in terms of right now, nobody. I don't think anybody's better. I don't think anybody's better than the Warriors.
Nobody.
E-Rock, I don't get what the complainant's about. I don't get it. I love GP2 as well. He got $30 million. He got paid out. We're happy for him. He got chipped out. The Warriors can only go for so much with the luxury tax. And also the people talking about Joe Lacob being cheap, right? He no money. Dude,
I don't think that's true at all. So
yeah, I mean,
I don't think that's
man.
true at all. No.
You want John Fisher to be an owner from the A's? You know what I'm saying?
We are going to talk about that.
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. But yeah, you're right. I mean, the thing that's crazy is like everybody counting somebody else's money. Like you never do that. Like, you know what I mean? Like you guys are worried about what a billionaire is doing. Like, look what he's done for this team. Like if the guy's done anything, he's proven with his checkbook.
Oh yeah,
he's not a cheap owner. He will win no matter the cost, no matter what the luxury tax bill comes to. He's going to do it. But let me ask you this. Is there anybody out there that you could see coming that would fit into the Warriors on a vet minimum, maybe like a Carmelo or somebody that's obviously still out there that you could see coming in? Would you take Carmelo on the Warriors? I don't know.
I brought that up, right? I bring it up and I kind of just like duck for cover to see where it would go. And some people were with it. I'm like, I kind of wanted Melo a couple years ago. Look, he shot 37.5% from 3.
Come on,
He
guys.
had the wing.
Carmelo. Hey, remember that Slurpee earlier in the show? Like, yo, y'all want to see that again? It's like,
hey, bro, Carmelo was not bad. Carmelo was not bad.
I don't know. Man. I think
you can do a lot worse than Melo. He's going to hit it open.
I don't know, man.
He's going to be wide open defensively. Yeah,
he's always wide open. Like,
you can protect him. The Warriors with the zone defense, predominantly zone defense in the whole postseason.
I see what you're saying.
So look, Melo's there. Is there any other 3-and-D guys? Maybe. We got to see how this shakes out. Is Pat Bev going to get bought out in Utah? That's something I'm looking at.
I would love to see Pat Bev and Draymond on the same team after all.
Bev is scrappy.
Man, Twitter will go
berserk.
They will challenge you. They will basically be challenging one another for who can get the most technicals next year. like that will be crazy, right. especially if we go head to head with Memphis again, because Pat Bev had his history with Memphis this year too. So
no doubt.
It's a lot of animosity in that game, right?
Josh still chirping. So
right, Josh chirping he's chirping like mad, man. So it's all good. But like, other than that, like you get some Kent Bazemores out there. I don't think nobody wants to go down that road with Kent Bazemore again. Bielitsa, unfortunately, going overseas. I would have liked to see him back. So I thought he was solid. And you know what? Maybe Avery Bradley gets another crack. Maybe he gives another crack. I didn't like what I saw from him with the LA Lakers, but maybe that's because of the overall vibe down there in LA with LeBron and AD and Westbrook. Who wants to play in that environment? Players see that stuff and they're like, man, I'm checking out. Let me get mine. So there's a couple. I like the Melo one. It sounds crazy as hell. But the Warriors have done this with reclamation projects. JaVale McGee, training camp invite. Now he's a 3-time champion and Olympic gold medal winner. Nick Young. They took a chance on Nick Young, ended up winning the championship. Didn't burn them at all. The reclamation project is Sean Livingston. He turns out to be a stud with the Warriors. Most Spates. We end up getting paid in China, but he wins a championship. So they've taken chances on dudes.
DeMarcus Cousins, Boogie.
Yeah, DeMarcus Cousins, Boogie. Yeah. They didn't get injured. If KD or Clay doesn't get injured,
they win it.
Yeah.
So these reclamation
100.
projects, I think the Warriors strive with that. It's like, you know what? Let's pluck this dude. Let's make him a winner. And now there's going to be, Melo's going to tick a lot of people off. But you know what? How sweet would that be to say, oh, man, Steph Curry got Melo a ring, not LeBron. Steph Curry, the Warriors, got Melo a ring. Like, that and look,
that's crazy wine. Right there.
Napa Valley's right up the road. Melo loves his red wine.
That is true.
Wine and cigars, that's his thing, man. That's his thing.
That would be crazy, man. I would love to see it. But like I said, everybody relax. The Warriors haven't even played a game yet. Summer League is going on. The rookies look good. Kuminga, he's got some things he needs to work on. Moody the other night went berserk. That was amazing to see. Why, bro, and how many times does a team, after winning the title, get to come back and have the number 2, arguably the best player in the draft, could be potentially inserted into the starting lineup of next season? Like, and Wiseman looks noticeably bigger. Like he put on some weight. Yeah, like he's got an NBA body now. You know what I mean? Like you see him backing down, you see him calling for the ball in the block, and he's been. A couple times yesterday he hit these little turnarounds that were just like, you know what I mean? It was just looking great. I was just like, dude, we have so much to look forward to, especially with this young youth movement, and having all of the vets there to kind of coach them through. So I'm excited, man. And you're officially back for pre and post next year with NBC Sports, so that's dope. Can't wait to see you back on that, man. You guys, D. Wright, Mullen, did a phenomenal job, man, and I can't wait to see what you guys got for next year.
Appreciate that, man. Like the TV thing, Box Kev, I come from the radio world, man. TV. When I went to state, I attended SF State. I didn't give a damn about TV, man. That kind of just came out of nowhere. And they were basically like, "Look, man, we saw you with Mr. Fab in 2019. We wanted to just see what it looked like, and we were impressed." And for them to bring me back to that position and to see ourselves grow together. Mully's a pro. Mully's a Hall of Famer. He's the man, and he's probably even a better human being as well. And then you get D. Wright, who grew into his own, and he's funny. He's chill. He makes the team go. And then Festus, you bring his energy midway through the year. It was a good time, man. It was a good time going out there to Chase Center, meeting all those fans of Dub Nation. I had a ball, man. And hopefully the fans had a ball watching it. So yeah, we'll run that baby back next season.
Kev, you there?
I don't know. Maybe.
Kev got calls, man. Boss Kev busy, man. Boss Kev Boss Kev busy, man. He got calls and everything.
Like Kev, you there? Did you die? Like, are you all right?
I told you I'm in the presence of greatness, man. I could be Bob Myers on the line. Get this dude off the podcast. You know what I'm saying? DJ E-Rock, man. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm good, man. Like, yo, it's really great to have you on the show. Just like I said, like, I've been watching you on Twitch for quite some time. I've been living here in Las Vegas for about believe it or not, only 7 months. I've been playing here for about 15 years, still doing the 49er games and stuff like that. Before this, I was in LA, did LA radio, still do LA radio actually for a good 6 years. But, I'm born and raised in the Bay, came up through the same, circles just like yourself. And, I remember watching the Twitch stream, and then literally, I remember I called Kev. I was like, yo, we got to have BONTA on the show. And he was like, bro, that's my dog, man. I used to just sit there and just chop it up with him in the hallways. No tomorrow, man. Yo, we could do that tomorrow. I'm like, all right, cool. Let's get it done. But there was a comment that you made, and I don't know if Kev is still on the phone. Is Kev still on the phone?
I'm here. I'm sorry, man. I told you this shit.
It's all good. And we're not cutting that out because that's what keeps this shit authentic. You know what I mean?
I think we'll watch Kev in Vegas, man. He's working on house number 3. He's got the full backyard.
Hey,
got the lawn getting
I can't even get him to come in the studio anymore. He's making moves, man.
I'm sorry, guy. I apologize.
The mayor of Vegas now, man.
That's that guy, man.
I don't leave the house enough.
Yeah, but I remember, like, and one subject that I know that we touched upon earlier, and you mentioned, the Oakland A's and stuff like that. But I remember how somebody had brought up, like, okay, if the A's move here, the MLB will waive all relocation fees. It was like up to like $1 billion or so. The first thing you say is like, yo, I don't even want to talk about this. Just tell them to leave. Tell them to get out of here already. Just leave. Like, what are your thoughts on the Oakland A's? Do you think that they're going to end up here in Las Vegas? Do you think that it's even a possibility? Like, how are things going with that so far?
I fucking don't know.
Nobody does.
They're averaging barely over 8,000 fans a game. And I think that's cap. I'm watching the games, like 2,000 people there. People are texting like, yo, there's nobody.
It's crazy, like the argument
they're counting the players, they're counting the workers, the valet guys.
Right.
It's insane because, like, if you watch like a Las Vegas Aviators game, which is their minor league team, and I'll just be flicking through the channels, and I'm like, yo, they're like sold out. They've got more fans at their minor league team games than they do at their major league team games. It's like, what the fuck is going on up there?
Well, the owner don't spend no money, John Fisher. He won't even come out and talk. Instead, Dave Cavill, his little puppet, comes out and speaks. And you ask Dave Cavill a direct question. And, we got this plan and that plan. And Cavill, I need to ask you that. What's going on with the Coliseum? What's going on with the owner? What's going on with the team? I mean, they've gutted their fan base. And I feel so bad for their fans. Even when, I'm at NBC and Dave Stewart and Brody Brazil are doing the pre and post, and I'm just like, damn, man. Like, that's depressing. They're in a back studio, small-ass studio. Nobody's watching. Nobody cares. You don't have anybody on that team other than Frankie Montas that's worth the damn. Maybe Paul Blackburn. I thought either Portland or Vegas was the two options. I wrote an article for the Examiner a couple weeks, like 3 years ago maybe, when I was freelancing for them. And I was like, why the A's are going to Portland? Portland salivating for a baseball team. Do a little retractable roof up there. You got the Pacific Northwest built-in rivalry with the Seattle Mariners and Portland. But then Vegas comes along. And you guys are living in Vegas. Vegas is expanding rapidly.
Oh, my God. We all know they're
getting an NBA team at some point.
100%.
The Raiders are driving out there.
Every morning you wake up to something developing. It's like, yo, are you serious? Like, that's going in? Like, what?
Yeah, exactly. Las Vegas Aces is balling out there. They have a fan base.
The Golden Knights killing it.
Golden Knights. Stanley Cup Finals as an expansion team. You know what I'm saying? They love the Knights out there.
Love them.
One of my close friends been living out there since 2000, right out of high school. He hasn't moved back. So I think it's just a matter of time, man. Like, does the city of Oakland really want the A's? I was just talking to somebody today. He's like, we got to put this through a vote and put that through a vote. Fuck, how many votes has this got to go through? Like, to put the shovel in the dirt and build the damn stadium. Like, it's 2022.
Yeah.
2022, they've been talking about the stadium for 15 years. So I think it's just a matter of time, man. I think it's a matter of time before they end up in Vegas.
I think so too, man. And it's sad, like you said, because, like as football fans, obviously as Niner fans, like the Niner-Raider rivalry, it's always felt different than the Giants-A's rivalry. Obviously, like we had the Battle of the Bay in '89. We got swept in 4 games. The fucking city fell apart. Like,
right.
But it didn't feel like a rivalry in the same way like the Niners-Raider is. So, like, I'll root for the A's. I would never.
They're wearing split A's and Giants hats. That's no rivalry. That's to wear split caps and saying it's cool.
That's your boy Coles. That's your boy Jim Colesmore, man. That's your boy Coles.
They're rocking split caps, dog. Like, come on, man. That ain't no rivalry.
Nah, it's not a rivalry. But so, like, you know what I mean? As a fan, like, I feel bad for the A's fans. I didn't feel bad for the Raider fans at all. I laughed. You know what I mean? Like, you guys was making fun of us for moving 45 minutes down 101. Y'all didn't move 450 miles away. Like, now who's closer? But, you know what I mean? With the A's, it just felt different. So it does suck. And, I mean, and as a kid, like, I went to both. I went to Giants games. I went to A's games. You know what I mean? I used to, go to both. So it really sucks for the fan base. And it's just disappointing that the owner and what they're doing with that team. Vegas would love to have them. I think they could do well out here.
Vegas is dying to have them.
I think for baseball. A lot of teams came from Vegas. Bryce Harper, Chris Bryant. It's been a few cats coming out of Vegas. Joey Gallo.
Right. Yeah, man. So I mean, I think it would be good for the city. I mean, like you said, like Vegas is exploding. They're getting pretty much everything at this point. It's only a matter of time before they get that NBA team. They get the baseball team but yeah, again, first and foremost, it's just unfortunate for all the real OG A's fans out there because man, they've had to deal with so much. I mean, like that team just constantly. I mean, it's like a real life major league movie. The owner, like, just trying to literally put out the most. It's literally like the owner trying to put out the most bullshit product on the least amount of money to drive attendance down so that they can relocate and move the team. That's basically what it looks like.
Hey, look, I know it's bad when the A's fans aren't coming at me on Twitter. I ain't had a problem.
They can't say anything. What they gonna say now?
Right. I'm trying to cape for A's fans. I tried to get on their good side for so long. It didn't work out. F you, BONTA, you Giants homer. I hope they fire you. We gonna have a party where they fire you and this and that. They're not even cut at me this year. They know it's bad. I'm like, damn, I'm living good baseball during baseball season this year, man. Like, it's bad. There are 8,000 fans a game in the Bay.
It's not, dude. It's not 8,000. It's like way less than that. It's way less than that.
Yeah, it's definitely way less. It's what they're reporting.
And what's crazy, it's like even if you give them like a nicer, bigger stadium, I mean, you can't put lipstick on a pig. It's just not. It's still a pig. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna fly. It's still gonna fucking be an empty fucking situation. So
it is.
Well, I don't know.
You said, you brought it up, and we don't got to spend a lot of time on it because honestly, at this point, they're not even worth spending a lot of time on because I'm just so frustrated. But speaking of bad baseball, what the fuck is going on with the Giants right now, man? Like obviously, they just won a couple games this past weekend, but outside of that. I looked the other day, I didn't even bother watching the game, but I went and looked at the box score. And it was the first time I had actually really, because, you see the batting lineups and all the stats come up as you're watching the game, but you don't really comprehend the whole total as one cohesive thing. But I pulled up the box score and I looked at it, and I looked at like the team batting averages and all of the stats. And this team can't hit their way out of like a wet paper bag, man. Like, what is going on with the Giants, bro?
I wish I knew because I saw this coming. 107 wins last year, but you saw how they played against the Dodgers in the NLDS, where they scored 6 runs in the last 4 games. And you got a bunch of platoon guys who wouldn't start on great teams, you know? And then you look at their lineup, before they won the 2 games in San Diego to split the series, they were 4-14 in the last 18. And they're back to do Yermín Mercedes in the 3 spot. Yermín Mercedes is batting 3rd. He was picked up off the street 2 weeks ago. Jock Peterson's your best hitter, and you may pinch hit for him in the 6th inning if a lefty's on the mound. Like, so they're boring. They're unwatchable. I keep saying this. We need some bat flips. We need gold chains. We need swagger. We all grew up watching the Giants. You had your Matt Williams, but you had your Jose Uribe. You had your Barry Bonds. You had your Will Clark for a second. Then you had Jeff Kent, who was a red ass, right? But you had your Reggie Sanders or Alex Burks or Darren Lewis, and you had Rod Beck. You had a who's who that represented the Bay Area, melting pot. You had something for the Filipinos. You had something for the Latins, something for the blacks, something for the whites, all that stuff. It feels like they have a bunch of Marina Bros on the team that's just out there chilling.
Just a ton of Pat Burrells.
Here's how you describe the 2022 Giants. They're still hitting a dab, dog. That's a celebration. I see Yaz and Brandon Crawford doing the dab. And I didn't even know the name of it because it's so old. I was like, yo, they do that one celebration. I was telling somebody, I'm kind of like an old guy, like, yo, what's that celebration they used to do back in the
no.
Yeah, the Giants are doing the dab in 2022. Like,
oh my God.
So they got a lot of money, and I guarantee you this, Larry Bear, who will spend money. The Giants are proving they can spend money. They just don't spend it wisely.
Well, see, that's the thing, though, is a lot of people have been saying that there's been reports now that ownership is telling them not to spend money, like they're trying to tail it back or trying to pull it back. Now, do we think that that's because they're waiting for these big contracts to come off of the books, the Brandon Crawfords, the Brandon Belts, the Evan Longorias, so that they have a chance at an Aaron Judge next year? Or is just the new wave of baseball because you got Farhan who came up through that Moneyball system?
Well, number one, I don't think Judge is coming. As much
I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
He's looking at this lineup saying, I'm in Yankee Stadium at this short park with Stanton batting behind me, and I got LeMahieu, and I got all these dudes. I'm not going out there to play with the hit in front of Wilmer Flores. You kidding me? No disrespect to Wilmer Flores. Aaron Judge not doing that. He'll go to L.A. if he's going to go to California. They go play for the Dodgers, all right?
Anaheim, bro. Watch out for Anaheim.
Nobody wants to play in Anaheim, bro.
Care. Yeah, they'll spend money and lose 90 like it's nothing. I think there's a few things happening here. One, yeah, they didn't want to let go of Brandon Crawford, but they have one player on the books going into 2024, and that's Anthony DeSclafani. So money's not going to be an issue moving forward. Longoria's going to be off the books soon. Belt's going to be gone after the year. That whole era, Brendan Belt is done finally. We can all move on from him. And
hey, how many years did we say this is the year Brandon Belt gets 20? How many years did we say that?
Never happened.
Like, somebody he'll leave, and somebody can go debate with their grandpa about how Brandon Belt was a top 5 first baseman in Giants history, whatnot. I don't really care, but he's going to be gone. Right. Then
he'll be a Diamondback at some point.
They keep telling us about the farm system, right? Yeah, he might be back knowing his team, but they keep talking about the farm system. These dudes are like a year and a half away. Year and a half away. So how long do we have to wait? How long do we have to be patient? Because the yard is paid off. You're losing fans. They went from 30,000 season ticket holders to under 15,000 season ticket holders. I went to a Sunday game with my girl a couple Sundays ago, and it was the driest Sunday afternoon game I've ever seen in my life. The atmosphere was terrible. The in-game entertainment's awful. You're still busting out the kiss cam in 2022. We got to spark this baby up. You got dudes walking up to the plate with country music and like depressing music. I'm like, bro, is this suicidal? Is this devil worship music? What the hell am I listening to right now? What's this dude? Fred Crawford.
Oh, man.
No name dude, the name on the jersey, walks up to the plate. Austin Slater or somebody. So I don't know. Look, I tell you what, though. Larry, I don't know how much juice Larry Bear has anymore after what happened with him, right? But I saw him at Chase Center during one of the playoff games, and he looking around like, damn, it's lit in here. They got Jordan Poole come off the bench. You got Kuminga dunking in warm-ups. You got Wiggins locking dudes up. Curry's breaking ankles. I miss this. And you're falling behind the pecking order in the Bay Area. Niners got their stars, right? Trey Lance, Kittle, Warner, Bosa. You know, who else? You got Debo. You got IU coming aboard. And then, of course, you got the Warriors. So Giants are getting lost in the shuffle. Like, I keep counting down the days of training camp. Like, look, Giants, you got about 15 days until we move off.
It's over. It's over. Yeah,
it's over.
Right.
And we're talking August, and you got 2 months of baseball left, and nobody gives a damn.
That is true.
We don't care. You want to go battle for the wild card? Have fun. We won't be talking about you. We're breaking down Trey Lance versus the Packers preseason week 1 for 3 hours long. So go get some dudes. You got to go get some dudes. So honestly, I don't know what the plan is. You wait for the farm system, or you're going to go spend some money on some dudes. It doesn't seem like that's Farhan's philosophy. He's going to wait. And maybe he has carte blanche to where they're saying, look, your seat's not going to be hot. You can run this team, strip it down to the studs, and then build it up from the farm. I guess you want to do that, but this is an impatient market. Warriors just won a championship.
We're spoiled. The Bay Area is spoiled.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Niners, people cannot wait to get Jimmy Garoppolo off the team. They don't care. They want Debo to get his money. The Giants are going to continue to fall behind. And despite the A's playing lousy, you're still losing fans. You're losing the younger fans. The younger fans are saying, I want to go watch Acuna. I want to go watch Shohei Ohtani. I want to watch Julio Rodriguez in Seattle. Who's on the Giants that we can get up? Us 3 right now. We're saying, yo, let's go to the Giants. Who you going to go see?
The opposing team.
I can't name one player. Although I will say, Mercedes was actually at the club popping a lot of bottles in San Diego when I was there. Not the first time I ever heard of him.
He looks like he has a good time.
No, it's crazy. They came into the DJ booth. Yo, the Giants are in here. I'm like, who? There's like that guy right there. I was like, who the hell is that guy?
They picked him up off the street 2 weeks ago. He's back to cleanup. He's back there, dog.
Oh man, I shouted him out though, man. Hey, I'm from the Bay Area. I got to show love, so I did, but I didn't know who he was until literally, that very moment in San Diego. But, I'm not downing anybody or whatever, but I'm just saying I didn't know who he was until, there's like, yo, so-and-so Mercedes, wants a shout out. I'm like, all right, cool, no problem. What does he do? And I even think my boy that was even a diehard Giants fan for a long time, probably even more than me, was going like, oh, I think he's a pitcher.
And they got names on the jerseys now, which is what they're doing. I love the home, no-name jerseys, just number. Oh, well, the fans don't know who's this and that. Look at the scoreboard. Pay attention. They show you the names all day long on TV or at the game. Oh, well, we got to put names on the jerseys because nobody knows who they are. Well, I still don't know who these dudes are.
I still don't know, right?
I don't. Everything about the Giants right now just smells bad. It smells really, really bad. And like you got your Giants homers out there saying, just believe in Farhan. Believe in Farhan. It's unbelievable to me that John Lynch Kyle Shanahan, Steve Kerr, Bob Myers get a lot more heat than Kaplan and Farhan. It's like these dudes have won championships and gotten us close to championships. And John Lynch and Shanahan, the Giants had 1 year. It was great. It was fun. It was a lot of ninth inning dramatics. And you play the Dodgers, you lose in 5, and you've gotten worse since then. You're losing out, Giants. Like, so I don't, Boss Kev and DJ E-Rock, I don't know what the plan is. I don't know. We're waiting on something.
We're waiting on something. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, as of right now, I'm box score checking. I'm not. I mean, we're although we are kind of in that kind of off season officially where basketball is done with. We got, like you said, another month or so before preseason starts. Luckily, OTA starts in a few weeks, so we can talk about Trey Lance's arm fatigue for fucking hours upon end. But yeah, man, Giants, your clock is ticking, man. Time 100%. Is almost up.
I'll be at the Aviators game. I'll be at the Aviators game out in Summerlin, man. So
right, at least in Vegas, you got good ambiance.
Dude, we're talking more Summer League basketball than Giants baseball.
That's true.
Like follow Ben Carroll and Keegan Murray going at it in Summer League and double OT. I'd rather talk about that. We're talking Kuminga and Wiseman breaking their games out and Mac McClung going full yellow out there, hitting Euro steps or whatnot, trying to get an NBA job. I'd rather talk about that than the Giants because they don't have an Aaron Judge. They don't have anybody close to that. Nobody inspires you to go to the game. Somebody say, hey, here's some free tickets to go to the Giants game. I'm good. I'm going to just watch at the crib. I may watch at the crib. I'm going to have Stranger Things on, watching it on my phone, maybe just, okay, 0-0-14. All right, cool, whatever.
I'm gonna go for an inning, go get some garlic fries, some chicken strips, a Ghirardelli sundae, and I'm out.
Hey, you can't forget the crazy crab, man. The crazy crab behind the scoreboard. Wow.
Oh yeah, that crazy crab is.
That is
I'm
that
going
is
just
the
to get
one.
food, and then I'm out.
Yeah, even the lines are long. The concession stands are taking a step back at Oracle Park. They're taking hella long to go get. They take 40 minutes to get some garlic fries and chicken tenders now, man. And they're skimpy with that. We're big boys, man. We big boys. They used to be fat. They used to throw those tenders on there, and they throw you the plug with the fork. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, I'm good for the game. Now you're like, damn, that's it? Dry ass chicken tenders, man.
Man, that is too much, man. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. The Giants got a lot of work to do. But yeah, let's talk to. I mean, it's crazy. We could talk A's, we could talk Giants, we could talk Warriors, but there's just nothing like football, man. There is nothing. Football will always reign supreme. The Warriors are the Bay Area's team. That's a fact. But they still ain't pulling numbers like the Niners. That's just a fact. It's numbers don't lie. Yep. And the Niners, obviously, this whole offseason has had already so many different kind of stories come out. We've been following close as this leak comes out. Debo's demands a trade, and he wants out of San Francisco. Jimmy Garoppolo goes and gets the surgery and apparently throws the whole Niners offseason for a loop, and everything's kind of all over the place. What out of everything that has kind of transpired so far this offseason, what is kind of like the thing that sticks out to you the most, and what is the thing that you're kind of looking forward to the most? Or go ahead, E.
I got to recuse. Yeah, no, I got to recuse myself from this conversation since I'm an official employee of the 49ers.
Get E-Rock out of here.
This is gonna be on YouTube, guys. So I got to recuse myself.
we need you at Levi's, big dog.
I'll let you guys talk. I'll come back when you guys want to talk. Raiders or something like that. So
somebody got to play the Kodak Black for us, bro.
It's a sticky situation, man. Hey, look. It's the Debo thing for me because the Garoppolo stuff, like, everybody's like Indianapolis, Cleveland. I was like, look, dude, he just had surgery. There's no market for him. They're not bozos. These other teams, well, some of these teams are bozos, right? But they ain't that dumb to where they're going to trade a high pick, whether it's second, third, fourth rounder, because you're not getting a first for Jimmy Garoppolo. Nobody's doing that. They're not silly. And
plus $24 million.
Yeah, 24 million, 25 million, whatever it is. And you're not going to go trade for a quarterback who can't throw until late July, if then. Right. Like his agent, Don, he can say, yeah, he's progressing well. He's on track, but you don't know. He has no rapport with your wide receivers, your tight ends or whatnot. Hasn't been in the playbook at all. So nobody's going to trade for that. So Jimmy kind of stuck it to him, and I was like, all right, that's the Jimmy news. I had Jimmy fatigue very early. It was the Debo situation for me. because Debo acted a bit immature. And I get it. You want your money. You don't want to play running back. Debo, you're going to get taken care of. They're going to take care of you. But for a while, I was like, man, does this guy really want to be a New York Jet? You really want to become irrelevant? Like, you will go to the AFC East, finish in 3rd or 4th place, and nobody will be talking about you whatsoever. You really want to leave this situation with Kyle Shanahan and George Kittle and Brendan Ayuk? So that was the biggest thing that really kind of, I was befuddled by it because I didn't follow it up until it got real. After a while, like the rumors, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to get involved. Debo's whatever. And I started peeping his Instagram. Like, what the hell is this dude doing? What is he talking about? Now, I forget he's a young man. He's from the South. But I was just like, damn, like, this guy really want to leave after that season? Come on, bro. You really want to go be a Jet? We'll give you 2 first-round picks then, a 3rd, and I'll move off you. Like, that's how I was feeling at the time. So that move right there, that storyline really was the one for me that really kind of took off this offseason. The Jimmy stuff was like, whatever. I've always believed Trey Lance is going to be the guy in year 2. Like, I wouldn't listen to the Jet. You are talking about, hey, man, we'll be comfortable keeping Jimmy for 2 years and having Trey sit for 2. No, you're not. Come on.
No, you're not. Yeah.
Stop the cap.
You're not wasting those low cap number years with him riding the pine. That's just not how it works.
Not after that playoff run. Not after that playoff run where Jimmy basically threw the Cowboys back into the game. Couldn't throw anything in Green Bay. You know what I'm saying? And we saw what happened. We actually relived the NFC Championship today on the show. And I was stuck like, yo, I'm thinking about that game and everything that went wrong. And then you go back and watch the game, the broadcast with Troy Aikman, where he's like, you know, Joe, I'm afraid it's going to come down to Jimmy Garoppolo, and I'm not sure that's a good thing. And I'm just like, no, it wasn't, Troy. It wasn't a good thing.
It was not. We saw that one coming, man, for sure. But no, it's yeah, I agree. The Debo thing definitely was a little weird, surprising. Huh? Like you meant, it was just the way he went about it was just I think was a little. I think he probably was getting the wrong information. I don't want to say it was all him or whatever, but I think somebody was advising him incorrectly. The Niners historically have always taken care of their guys and historically have always done the deals the week before the season starts. You know what I mean? That's just the way it's always happened. Yep. So like, I still think everybody, and you know, what's funny is like, and I love that like my nephews are now like getting passionate about sports the way that I was as a kid. So, you know, they're screenshotting everything and sending it to me. I'm like, relax. I'm like, this is part of the game. It's all going to work out. Debo's not going nowhere. He is still contractually obligated to the 49ers.
Right.
And at the end of the day, I think it's all going to work out. I think he's going to get his money. I think he's going to report and all will be well. But
he came to minicamp, Box Kev. So I was like, when he came to minicamp, I was like, oh, we're good. He didn't have to come. He came. He's fine. And I heard on the DL that he was house shopping out in the Bay. So I was like, oh, that's a good thing. He knows he's about to get that paper. Bosa's about to get his paper, and the Niners are going to be rolling, man. Mook Dog, Javon Kinlaw look, man, I made him at Chase Center. Dude, I mess with.
Bro.
Be careful, journalist.
Hey, seriously, though, on some beast talk, me and E-Rock was in out here one night. I think we was at daylight, and it was after Pro Bowl. Okay. And Bosa came through with some of the other guys to the club. And he came in and stood next. That dude is a whole ass man. Like that dude is on another. Like
he's a beast.
So crazy. Like dude is a monster. Like so.
I took his hand at the J.P. Morgan Club at Chase Center. I was like, man, that looks like Kinlaw. And I'm like, Javon Kinlaw. I was like, what's up, sir? And we follow each other on IG, and he's responsive. I'm like, man, he shook my hand, almost broke my shit. I was like, damn. I was like, bro, you're huge. And I remember watching you call, he goes, bro. And he like, I look at dude's eyes and I could just tell, like, he wants to win. He wants to play.
Yeah, for sure.
No player out there wants to be injured. Like this whole notion, oh, man, he stays up. He's not trying to be injured. Dude wants to play. It's his livelihood. But he was like, I'm out here this all season. I'm not going anywhere. I'm ready to go. I'm hungry. And I was like, okay. Because he showed flashes. Like, all respect to Solomon Thomas, you really didn't get the flashes from him. Javon Kinlaw, you've seen flashes to where, okay, this dude could really be a good 2-down, hopefully a 3-down type of player.
Like Armstead. Armstead was we always looked at him. Yeah, he didn't put up the same numbers as Buckner did, but you saw pieces of Armstead's game where you're like, you know what I mean? Like with the right people around him and you know, obviously like the coaching, you got Kasurek, who's obviously the best defensive line coach in the NFL, like what he's been able to do with him. But yeah, I have full faith in Javon Kinlaw, and I've seen like his body transformation from what he came into the league with. Now seeing the videos of dude in the gym boxing somebody reposted it and made a joke that he was screaming Grant every time that he was punching. That was just fucking hilarious. But dude looks like he's out. Like dude looks like he's really about to like, try to prove a lot of people wrong, which is what you want to see. So
then it's straight time. It's straight time. We got our dude finally. Hopefully he can get Steve Young because look, I like Jimmy Garoppolo. I think he helped change the culture of the 49ers. Not having to win a game when they made the trade for him. He wins those last 5. We all of a sudden we're talking playoffs in 2018. We're talking playoffs because of one dude, and that was Jimmy Garoppolo. And then he gets hurt in week 3 in Kansas City, and he comes back and they go to a Super Bowl. And we could all blame the Super Bowl on Jimmy. I think it was a little bit of Shanahan as well. It was a mixed thing. It was all Mosley blowing it on 3rd and 15 with Tyreek Hill deep down the field. But Jimmy provided some memorable moments. So I don't want to shade him too much. But I thought after that season, I was like, look, Shanahan, you obviously don't trust this dude. You wouldn't call a timeout before the end of halftime of that Super Bowl. You let the clock run because you really didn't trust him. But then you throw the ball 4 straight times on the final drive. If you don't like the go, just move on now. Let's just go. Move on. If you want to go get Brady, go get Brady. But just move on and go get your guy. Go get your dude. So I'm finally.
Thank God it wasn't Kirk Cousins, huh?
Yeah, Kirk. Oh my God. Kirk Cousins. Oh my Lord. That would have drove me crazy.
Thank God it wasn't Kirk.
Oh, thank God it wasn't Kirk Cousins, man. And you know what? Jimmy was playing so bad. We started talking ourselves into Kirk Cousins.
That's a fact.
Kirk wouldn't be so bad. You know what I mean?
So bad. Right.
But we got Trey, and that's the biggest thing. It's Trey's team now. So I'm looking forward to this football season, man. I think the Niners, and that schedule's stacked too.
Yeah.
Got Brady comes to the West Coast. You got Mahomes coming to Levi's. They play the Raiders in Vegas. You got Justin Herbert on Sunday Night Football and the Chargers at Levi's Stadium, the Bosa Bowl. It's going to be lit for 49ers football, man. So, the Giants, clock's ticking, buddy. Niners are on the clock.
Time is up. Well, let me ask you this. Are you going to make your are you going to make it out here for the Niner Raider?
That's a big question right there.
That's everybody's trying, like New Year's.
Hey, man, we're out here now.
So
you got a place to crash, bro. I got you all day.
I booked the flight.
Okay.
However, I booked the flight for Sunday morning because I said I'm not
smart.
I was like New Year's Eve in Vegas. Yeah. Everything's inflated.
Right.
I love Vegas, but I love going to sporting events out there. Like I've been out there to Summer League, Pac-12 tournament. I love the sport, like the Vegas vibe, the club thing. I've never been a big club guy. You know what I'm saying? It's tough. And I feel like an OG now. Like maybe I'll do it here and there, but like New Year's Eve, I know how wild it gets in Vegas. I'm flying in the morning of, and then get out there at about 10 o'clock. Hopefully run to the books, get some live bets in, and then hit Allegiant Stadium up for that game. So I will be out there. Then I'll spend a night going into Monday. So we'll definitely hang out that Sunday night, man. And
it's on
that game because I got to get out there, man. Raiders, Niners in Vegas.
That's going to be the one.
I'll tell you, my phone will not stop ringing already. People are going, yo, where you DJing at? Like on New Year's Eve. I mean, I don't have anything booked yet. So, hey, if any time buyers are watching this in Vegas, I'm telling you, that's going to be the day to book me. But, yo, like everyone is coming out here. So many people from back home in the Bay Area, they're like, yo, we're not missing this one. This is like literally the weekend to be in Vegas and it happens to be on New Year's Day. So
yeah, New Year's Day, that's wild. The NFL knew what they were doing with that one. And then week 1, Chicago.
I'm there. I'm going to that one too.
Also, we'll see each other because the Giants are playing the Cubs that weekend.
Exactly.
I've never been to Wrigley. My girl lived in Chicago for a year. I flew out there. All the time I flew out there, the Cubs were out of town. So we went to a whack-ass Kansas City Chicago White Sox game. That's sterile stadium. It was like 10,000 people there. I was like, man, this is trash, dog. No wonder everybody's a Cub fan. So Giants that Saturday at Wrigley Field. Of course, the Niners and Bears, Justin Fields and Trey Lance is going to be a lot of fun. That'd be a special weekend.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. And then the other, I booked the Mexico City game against the Cardinals.
Ooh. That's gonna be fun. I'm bummed I'm missing that one.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. So those are the away games that I've circled thus far. Luckily, I don't have to worry about the Niner Raider game this year. I could literally roll out of bed and take a 7-minute Uber ride to the stadium, which is gonna be.
You said you were gonna Uber out your house.
I was thinking about.
He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna Uber my house. I'm not Uber. I'm sorry. Airbnb your house out." I was like, "Yo, I mean, you might cash out." You know?
Yeah, for real. Nah, I ain't doing that. It's not. I did say I said I wouldn't do it to a Raider fan. I said if it was a 49er fan, man. Right. I was like, I don't trust no Raider fans in my house.
Can't trust no Raider fans in there, man. We wildin', dog. That white paint gonna be all nicked up. Done.
Can't even do it, man. But all right. Well, let me ask you this: give me your season predictions for the 49ers. I know it's way early, but I just where do you, and it doesn't have to be they do this and this, but like are they a playoff team? Let me ask you that.
I believe they're a playoff team because that defense travels. That defense is going to travel. And I love the running back room, man. I think, Elijah Mitchell showed us a lot of heart last year. I love the new dude out of LSU. Was it Tyrion Davis or whatnot?
Tyrion Davis, yeah.
Tyrion Davis looks good, physical, bruiser. And then, look, I still haven't lost that hope on Trey Sermon. I think Trey Sermon, they need, what they need? And this is why I wanted James Cook out of Georgia so bad. I was like, this good. You match him up on a linebacker in a route, he's going to beat them all day long. They need that threat out of the backfield to catch passes. Juszczyk can't be that threat. Juszczyk, we've seen it, but Jimmy couldn't hit him down the sideline or whatnot. Whatever. They need that other threat, though, coming out of the backfield, some guy with the juice that they wanted in Jerick McKinnon, and unfortunately, the injuries caught up to Jerick McKinnon to where he couldn't bring you that juice out of the backfield. So I'm looking, can Trey Sermon provide me with that? Can he provide the Niners with that? But I think Ayuk's going to explode this year. And look, this schedule's stacked. Like, they may go 9-8 at the playoffs. They got to play at Denver against Russell Wilson. That's no joke. Chicago opening weekend is going to be tough. It's the Bears. You got the Rams, the Super Bowl champs. At Carolina is going to be intriguing. I still think they're a playoff team, though. They're right there knocking on the door. And then it's
that Miami game could be sneaky.
Yeah, the Miami game is that's going to be sneaky. That's going to be sneaky.
That could be
Mike
a sneaky
McDaniel,
one.
And they got a lot of speed on that field. Now, it's a sneaky tough game. Tampa Bay, obviously, the Saints. The Saints got Jarvis Landry and Alvin Kamara. They got a good defense. Arizona, you never know what they're going to bring to the table. Washington with that front four, Chase Young and company. This schedule's stacked, man. It's going to be a grind this year, but I still believe they'll make the playoffs. Do they make the NFC Championship game? Who knows? It's too early to tell, right? But they've shown in the past that they can win on the road. They can win in cold weather because of the running game and the defense. They can win outdoors. They can win inside. So I like their chances to make some noise this year in the NFC, no doubt about that. But I definitely think they'll be a playoff team. They're too stacked. They got so much talent.
Man, I first of all, I appreciate you making the time, bro. Like, we could talk sports literally all day, you and I, for sure. And we do a lot of the times. Maybe next time we'll let Shasky chime in. He could definitely fill an hour for sure. But
hey, if you get me Shasky on, we get through 2 questions in the first hour. We're the only show at 95.7 The Game that goes free on Mondays because the boss is like, yo, y'all can talk, man. I don't need to hear from this beat writer on what the 49ers did. Y'all live it. So, you get us on the same podcast. It just doesn't work. Nah,
we'll have to do that, man. Maybe we'll plan something for when you guys are both out in Vegas or covering something. Obviously, like not the Niner Raider game because that weekend's just going to be crazy itself. But I know you guys used to probably come out for like some of the boxing events. They would show like they would send the morning shows and stuff like that. So we'll definitely get something where we get you and Shasky out there together because, man, I love that dude. He is just full of energy. And I love his crazy optimism and then pessimistic attitude all in the same take. So I love that, man. I love Shasky. Hey, but you know what? He's a fan. He wears his heart on his sleeve. And, it's dope. It makes for good radio. So you guys balance each other out. I love it.
Oh, yeah. Nah, he's dope, man. We started doing that Niners pre- and post-game show. Boss Kev does it. We're screaming into the mics right after the game. And all of a sudden the numbers are going up. And we start doing that post-game show, man. And lines were already lit up. By the time we got on the air, there was 5 calls already on the deck. And they're like, yo, let's go. And so we parlayed that into the morning show. And, he's a good dude, man. He's passionate. He's Bay Area through and through. Like, he's never leaving this market. You know what I'm saying? Ever.
No.
He is Bay through and through. He doesn't care about the Cowboys. He don't care about the Chargers. It's all about the Niners, Giants, and the Warriors. He does not care, and he'll cape for each and every team out here. So, yeah, we'll get out to Vegas, man, whether it's Summer League, because I got FOMO right now, not being out there for Summer League, man. Summer League's a great time. Great time. I saw your Instagram, Boss Kev, and DJ E-Rock's out there living. I'm like, damn, man, it's going down in Vegas, man. You got hoops, shorts, sunshine. Not bad.
What's going on? It's a good time to be out in Vegas, man. But, yo, seriously, we'll get you out here soon. Appreciate you.
We'll get a Slurpee.
Podcast.
Oh, yeah. E-Rock out the way, man.
E-Rock will provide the Slurpees and the musical entertainment. But yeah, seriously, man, again, like, so happy for you, dude. Couldn't be prouder and happy for everything that you've accomplished. Like I said, I know your story. We grew up and came around, in the same circles. And it's just really dope to see somebody from our area make it, who's lived it, who's been a fan of it, who now gets to do it for a living, man. There's nothing more gratifying and more satisfying. Like I said, nobody better deserving of everything you've accomplished, and can't wait to see what else you got coming up, man.
I appreciate that, Boss Kev, man. Those are kind words, man. And again, we have random conversations when something's going down with the teams. Man, what the hell's going on with this one, man? And we'll rap for 30 minutes. I'm like, well, damn, I got to go change a baby diaper real quick, man. It's all bad when we get on the phone, man. We start texting, man. Anna's, hey, man, did you forget to do this? Oh, yeah, my bad, man. And, here it is, 4:30. We've been talking for about an hour and a half. So, I appreciate the words, man. It's fun. I love it. It's something we would do for free, right? It's every man's dream. The work in sports is a toy department of life. And I know about you guys' grind going through the radio wars and out there living in Vegas, doing the damn thing, man. I'm jealous, man. Boss Kev's got houses getting constructed. DJ E-Rock been all over Cali and Vegas, spinning, talking to Draymond Green and not knowing who your meet Mercedes is.
I didn't know who he was. I felt bad.
I'm out here in the nursery. We got DJ E-Rock in his fresh-ass studio and Boss Kev chilling in the penthouse, man. Life is good for y'all.
Hey, man. We're all blessed. Let's just leave it at that, huh?
No doubt. It's always fun, man. We'll do it again soon.
Absolutely, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, guys.
No doubt.
And cut.